Hi, guys. This is Alex Slocum. I am the founder of the GOPX Token, and we've been getting questions, some great questions on, why and how the GOPX token does what it does, how it changes. So I'm going to go through some of the top questions that we get, and answer those questions for you guys. The vision for the GOPX token is to really take out our current cryptocurrency, the speculation, or the gambling, or we don't know what the current price is, or our purchases or our investment into cryptocurrency is such that we can't use it in our B2B model. Or cities and governments that are looking, we're looking to use Bitcoin as its rise to $60,000. Found out quickly that it could lose over 50% of its value, and meaning 50% of its city and revenue investment value. So the cryptocurrency division that we wanted to create was to be able to stabilize it and then add into it, not cryptocurrency, but our form of currency, which is Fusion Ecocurrency, which is a stable growth token and a consumption token at the same time. What makes it different is that it's not a cryptocurrency as the cryptocurrencies we have today, like the top ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum. What makes it different is that it was built to be used as a currency in the game on players ecosystem of companies such as cashless tipping systems or freemium games like our Celebrity Golf app or our online casinos, or our blockchain sports agencies, or artists NFTs portal for distribution for artists. And ultimately the revenue generated from these companies would go back into a liquidity pool to support the token and decentralized financing. Again, Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency is a speculative and traded cryptocurrency, virtual currency. But again, the key thing is it is a token that is based, its value is given on supply and demand, basically what the user or the purchaser of the token will pay for it. Example of that is when it was $64,000, what made it go to half of it, or drop to $38,000 a token, is that the value was given by the people who purchased it. They would not purchase it at 64. They thought that was too much, so the demand came in at $38,000, and people began to purchase it at that price point. So the evolution of our GOPX token is we set the value of the token, we set that minimum purchase, and again, since our minimum purchases is set for a date, but in a future date, that the value will rise. So again, like I said, and that's what Bitcoin does not have. It does not have a stability or a set value. And again, it needs the supply and demand or speculation from outside sources. And GOPX supplies not only its own value, but it supplies its own supply and demand. Well, with our token, and our Fusion Eco currency token to be the currency of our companies, meaning that we are buying and selling and distributing tokens throughout all our companies, whether it is cashless tipping systems, where the hotel, the cruise line shipping industry, or any industry that receives tips are getting half the tips in a fiat or US dollar and half in our GOPX Fusion Eco currency token, where their money that they're getting in tips actually goes up 5 times, at a minimum over a period of time. So they're getting 5 times, but in order to give them the GOPX token, we have to purchase it from the sellers that are online, which is, again, that is where the self-consumption part comes in at, where we have our own companies purchasing. For example, our gaming industry, every $500 you spend at our online casino, we give you 12% back in our token. And this is in place of free games, free spins, or tournaments, or like brick and mortar hotel casinos will give you free rooms and that thing, to keep coming back. No, we give you the GOPX tokens. Again, $60 worth for every $500 that you get back. And that does two things. It creates more play on the casino, and that self-consumption will again be able to buy more tokens, for our players, in our games on the online casino. And that's the key point. And that's a twofold question. Not only is the GOPX token the fusion equal currency of the gaming, of the businesses that we have in our Game On Players Corporation, but it is also there to really take into effect that we purchase the tokens in all of our companies, okay, for distribution in our companies. But the other key part is this right here. The public is also a major purchaser of the token, because they know, for example, if they're buying the token at $100 in March or $500 in June of 2022, that they know that their token value is going to be 5 times that value in June of 2023. So again, you can be assured that there will be either through our consumption channels in Game On Players, or through the public demand for a stable token and a known value, and to remove that speculation, that the public can be assured that they'll purchase tokens as well. Well, I think you can participate, but again, it's not going to be a question of whether you can participate, because we're going to train you. We're going to give you the walkthrough. Our frequently asked questions, will help you, guide you through, what you're doing, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it. So you can participate, but it won't be blindly. And again, it'll be part and parcel of, we'll walk you through our GOPXnews.com site. We'll get you up to speed on our company news, and ultimately give you the information that you need to know that you're making a good and wise decision. Yes, in our GOPXnews.com, we have some great links to some great TED Talks that we are, we're happy to have you guys review and learn more about that, to do your homework on. We have a subscription that we suggest that you do with 99 Bitcoins on YouTube. So again, both of these two links will give you all the information to start off, to have knowledge about the blockchain and where we're at in cryptocurrency, and what and how GOPX fusion ecocurrency plays into that role, into that evolution. GOPX as a token or a cryptocurrency, it's on an exchange. Like once the coin is listed on an exchange like Coinbase or KuCoin or Binance, for example, and you have your digital wallet and your tokens are in the digital wallet on an exchange, you have the option of taking, for example, 1,000 tokens and selling them and converting them for US dollars. Okay, so once the coin gets listed on an exchange and those coins are in your wallet, it's just as simple as selling the tokens. Okay, and then from there, those tokens will be transferred into the bank account that you've associated or connected with your on your exchange. So as simple as that. And again, like I said, we'll hopefully be able to go and get into a Coinbase wallet or an exchange to see how that works. Yeah, GOPX doesn't pay out. Again, currencies, if you look at Bitcoin doesn't pay out. Bitcoin is a brought and sold commodity or value. I say it does. I say, I agree with you. But, the blockchain sounded too good to be true. Cryptocurrency, came out of nowhere before 2008. We weren't thinking about cryptocurrency. The internet sounded too good to be true. All the advances in our society seems too good to be true, but yet they're here. And they're here for a reason. And they're here because as our technology and our intellectual capacity grows, we are doing things that are simply amazing. And in the space of the blockchain and cryptocurrency, that's just one place that you're seeing that these huge advances and leaps and benefits for us. Because again, where in the world could we create a token or a blockchain, or use cryptography to solve the double spend issue, or be able to pay a system where we're off of the central system and we're able to share values between each other? 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 30, and just 40 years ago, it would seem that this would be impossible. So through the advancements of what we're doing in our, I would say, our computer world, in our field of design and engineering, and like I said, with the blockchain and cryptography, yeah, I think we're not only going to do this as far as things that sound too good to be true. We're going to be doing a lot more. So again, like I said, just look at our advancements, in everything we've done, from health to, like I said, the wellness. Again, it's just part of that evolvement that we're having, in the world today. Great question. What makes the GOPX token eligible for a tech patent is its use of what the existing solutions are as it revolves around cryptocurrency and the blockchain. Again, the cryptocurrency is within itself a virtual asset and a digital value that can be exchanged only based right now on speculation. It has no set price, or it has no set value. There is nothing that gives it value except for the person that's willing to purchase it at set price, which causes it to be a speculative commodity and asset. The GOPX token, on the other hand, through use of smart contracts, takes out that speculation and puts in such value. And this is where we really get the patent pending come into play. And that is, no other cryptocurrency has done that, has not set the value into the future of the token in any contract that is created. It only has set a single value of its initial coin offering as a single point. And again, like I said, we did it in 5 phases into the future. What really gives it that patent pending, worthiness is that we're the only cryptocurrency that what the price value at a minimum will be in June of 2022, and as far away as June of 2023. And to combine not only just the set value in the smart contracts as far as patent pending worthiness, or why we applied and got a patent on it, it is also the fusion ecosystem of the currency. So we're not a cryptocurrency, which is a speculated, and based on public speculation. We are actually a fusion eco-currency. We use our cryptocurrency, our token, as the asset and the currency of our businesses. Okay, so again, when we use our gaming, our cashless tipping systems, and all of our expanding businesses that we bring on board that uses the currency, again, no cryptocurrency is just a standalone of today, but our cryptocurrency is a true fusion ecosystem currency because it's the currency of our company. And again, fusion eco-currency, again, is a new method and methodology of using the blockchain and using it to be fused by your own companies, where your companies now do the supply and demand, for the token value, which is different from speculation. Blockchain is really a distributed ledger, and a distributed ledger of transactions that are on many different distributed against many different computers. Again, it is what we call a decentralized ledger, meaning that there is no central storage like in a bank, for example, that keep track of all your bank transactions in your account, your debits and deposit. But the blockchain is a ledger that is on millions of computers, okay, in over 100 different countries, that will take those same ledger of transactions, okay, and they actually put them into a system that cannot be hacked using cryptography and the latest and greatest encryption and security protocols. So the blockchain will allow you to not only distribute transactions, but also in the most secure environment. And what is a block? And on the blockchain, every 10 minutes, a ledger or an entry gets created, and that block is added to the previous block on the blockchain. And again, these are timestamps with cryptography, making it impossible to hack. But also, the blockchain is a solution of peer-to-peer, from moving from a centralized system to a decentralized system. And that should mean more to people than anything else. And that is that we are able to share value between each other and not depend on intermediaries like the banking systems or other institutions that we got to go through. And again, our money, our finances, all of our, digital rights, our digital assets, even our own personal data, the blockchain can change and bring back control to ourselves and move it away from a central government. So the blockchain is, again, a game changer and a true gift. In order to appreciate what a smart contract is, you have to appreciate when the blockchain was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. It was created just for that ledger, just for capturing those transactions, again, and using cryptography to provide the security for those transactions. And from there, we had another blockchain created by a 19-year-old Vitaly. And Vitaly, a Canadian 19-year-old, created a blockchain where you can create smart executing contracts outside of it just being a ledger. So all of the application and functions and features of a program, he programmed into his blockchain that opened the world up to being able to write contracts in a way for centralized financing, to be able to put health records. And the reason why this was important, since the blockchain was decentralized and couldn't be hacked, this made it prevalent in things like voting, where you had, land rights and things of that nature that you would put on the blockchain that it couldn't be hacked and be changed by any government or any central figure or any criminal activity. So this was huge to be able to put the smart blockchain in the smart contracts in place. And this really would allow the Game On Players token to create a patent pending token that, that hasn't been created before. It allowed us to use the contract just to create our Fusion eco-currency. Cryptography, again, is that security that is behind the blockchain. It is the security that has the algorithms, the checksums that won't allow you to hack a block. Or once a ledger is created and is stamped, it won't allow you to change it whatsoever, because you would have to change that on many, many computers, millions of computers at the same time. Cryptography is that checksum that allows, when you make a ledger entry as a payment, as a digital copy of a value such as $100, that value coming from the sender, okay, to the receiver can't get copied again. And that is critical. Cryptography was the technology that allowed the blockchain to solve the double spend and actually bring in cryptocurrency on a decentralized system. The Fusion eco-currency is the evolution in today's cryptocurrency. And the difference being in that cryptocurrency is speculative. So again, you don't know the value, you're investing and hoping. As with the Fusion eco-currency, it is a set value. It's a set value into the future. So the price and the value of the crypto, of the Fusion eco-currency. where you don't know the value of your today's and traditional cryptocurrency. And not only that, the Fusion Eco currency is number one, real relevancy here is that it is the currency of the game on players and an expanding group of partners that we use that currency in all of our distributions for whether it is through our cashless tipping on our online casinos, our artists and distribution portals for NFTs, again, and government business services and B2B services. The key thing about the Fusion Eco currency, it is the first true B2B currency where businesses can now use a cryptocurrency that is stable growth and again that has a value set in it that that the value will be 5 times, 100 times more in the future. The Fusion ecosystem is game on player system or collection of companies such as the online casinos, the freemium games such as the Celebrity Golf app. It is also the what we call our B2B governmental services, payment services, our partner services that we partner with that will use the cryptocurrency, Fusion Eco currency of game on players as its revenue stream. For example, if you look at the Fusion ecosystem and you take cashless tipping, we'll use our tipping where 50% of it is given in cash or the fiat currency and 50% of it is given in our Fusion Eco currency, our game on players tokens. And that will apply to all of our companies such as our freemium games, our online gaming, and our sports apps, our blockchain sports agencies, again, and all of the partners that that come on board specifically with our artists and entertainment revenue streams. So the Fusion ecosystem is a collection of those companies using our Fusion Eco currency as its monitor. Again, we have an infographic that will show what our projections are in all of the companies that, again, like I said, we'll share on our GOPX news site. Again, we are looking at over, 5 to 10 million tokens purchases daily from our collection of Fusion ecosystem companies. We created the GOPX as a 2,500 to 1 token because we have the ability to create a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain that set the value, its initial value of $1. But we could also set the token value in the future on specific dates in the contract that would self-execute on those dates, meaning that when the contract goes on the exchange, again, it would be $1 come June of 2021. Okay, when on the exchange, the date is December 1st, the contract executes and changes the value of the token to $20 at a minimum. So when that token is on the exchange at $20, you can't buy it for less than $20. Again, the contract will execute March 1st when the token minimum value will be $100. You can't purchase it for less than $100. You can purchase it for more, but you can't purchase it for less. Again, when the date turns to June of 2022, the contract will self-execute on the blockchain, changing the minimum value of the token to 500, and it will replicate on June of 2023. The contract will self-execute June 1st of 2023, changing the minimum value of the token to $2,500. Again, this is where, again, the smart contracts and the blockchain, and when it becomes immutable, okay? Because those contracts, the software that we created for our Fusion Eco currency and our GOPX token is built into those contracts from the blockchain that self-executes. And this is how we're able to create a patent pending 2,500 to 1 return with our GOPX token. Again, it is through the smart Ethereum contract that is set on the blockchain, And once a contract is on the Ethereum blockchain, you cannot change it. So what is our contract on the blockchain? That we've created a 2501 token. Okay, that is set in our Ethereum smart contract that the token of the GOPX token is $2,500 in June of 2023. That value, that transaction is set for the GOPX token, and that can be altered. And again, this is a minimum. At a minimum, you cannot purchase the token, sell the token for less than $2,500 in stated contract. That goes back to our Fusion ecosystem. Our ability to not only set the value of the token, as you stated, has at $2,500 in June of 2023, but how our companies and our consumption partners are purchasing millions and millions of tokens. By the time we get to June of 2023, our companies will have been purchasing billions of tokens over that period of time. Okay, we're expanding. We're our 10 million tokens a day for the first year. By January of 2023, our projection where we're purchasing billions of tokens a month. All right, and purchasing billions of tokens a month at the price. Okay, again, the example would be that in March, every token we purchase is $100 for our companies. May, again, coming out of May, going into June of 2022, that changes to a $500 per token that we're purchasing. So again, that's where you know that when those tokens come out and we're buying them for our company's consumptions, that again, like I said, you will confirm that somebody will be there to buy your tokens. And part and parcel, that's half of the story. The other half of it is the public will buy, and there is a huge consumption partner and the public. The public, knowing that the token's value goes up, they're going to purchase a token. Think about this right here. There's no other cryptocurrency that the public can purchase that they know is value. They know why the supply and demand of that token. And they can feel confident that when they purchase a token, just like the Game On Players Fusion ecosystem, companies are purchasing tokens as well. So that's why it's critical that to know that someone will purchase your tokens for $2,500 or any price rate, after March of 2022. An ICO is similar to a stock market IPO. It is an initial listing. And as we stated, the initial listing of our initial coin offering was $1. An ICO is basically the fundraiser for that token. Why was that token created? And in our case, the GOPX token was created to be the currency of the Game On Players system of companies. Okay, and that system of companies would solve the supply and demand that was missing and take out the speculation and the gambling of our current system of cryptocurrency. Okay, and our ICO in that, again, to create those companies and consumption points, we had a $50 million revenue that we wanted to create and wanted to generate to bring those companies and bring those, and integrate the Fusion and eco-currency into them. So again, the initial ICO does that. It's basically a fundraiser for our token projects and the creation and the integration with our companies of our Fusion eco-currency. An ICO is an initial exchange offering. An initial exchange offering is different than an ICO, where the ICO is private fundraising through a ICO site where people can go and purchase your token at a lower price, in this case $1 up until December of 2022, and get that 2,500 to 1 return. An IEO is where the exchange, such as Probit, Coinbase, or Huobi, or Kraken, any of the top exchanges will list your token, and they'll raise, the basically the money for and with you, meaning that they'll list your token and they'll sell it to their existing, means of subscribers on their exchange. I believe some of these exchanges have over 20 million investors that they will market your token to for a fee. But the one thing an IEO will get you is not only that investment marketing, where you can bring in more investment and raise, a lot more exponentially, but it also lists your token at the end of the IEO. And that's the key thing, because all of our tokens have to go on an exchange to be bought and sold. And so the IEO gives you both the funding and the fundraising for your tokens project, but it also provides the listing for the token, when it's ready to go on exchanges as well. A cryptocurrency exchange is that interface into the blockchain. It allows and sets up order books and connects into the blockchain for those orders and the buy and sell orders to be exchanged into the ledger. It is actually what sends out on every transaction it writes to the blockchain, whether it is a buy and sell order. It is where all of the investors' wallets are stored, such as, in a bank account. When you go to your online bank account, you'll see your accounts. It's the same with the exchanges. You'll see your wallets. You'll see what they call your wallet account. You'll see your portfolio. It'll tell you how many tokens you have in lieu of dollars that you see on your online bank. It'll tell you, it'll give you the ability to either purchase more cryptocurrency or Fusion Eco-currency, and it allows you to exchange. Basically, I wanted to take my tokens and sell them and turn them into cash. So it allows you to do the buy and sell orders there as well. And again, but it's where all of your digital assets and cryptocurrency is held, for purchases, and it connects with the exchanges where those transactions are then recorded. Again, going back to the earlier where you don't have to worry about the double spend. So again, but these cryptocurrency exchanges do charge a fee, and for every transaction that you do. So they were created to make not only the interface, but also their revenue generating as they charge fees for all of the transactions on these exchanges. The Fusion Eco-currency exchange is an exchange where Game One Players creates his own exchange, his own interface into the blockchain, where we don't charge those fees. We're not there to make money like the cryptocurrency exchanges that are in play now, but we take those transactions, and like I said, and we don't charge fees because, again, this is our community, our token of companies. This is part of our Fusion ecosystem. So our investors are part owners of the currency. So we would not, like other exchanges, pass on fees or charge fees because, again, like I said, we weren't created to be a revenue source. Okay, like the exchanges are created, they see a way of like banking, like doing Visa transactions and things of that nature as a way of generating revenue. But like I said, Fusion Eco-currency, again, like the Fusion Eco-currency, is created for the Game On player companies and for the investors as part and parcel of them and everyone having ownership. Digital wallet is basically the wallets that are on exchange. It is a basically a holder on exchanges for accounts. When someone comes in and they want to purchase or sell digital currency, when they go on the exchanges, they create an account, and that account has their wallet and the type of tokens that they have in it, and it keeps track of what value is put in it. So if you purchase $100 in Bitcoin or our Fusion Eco-currency, then that will display in your wallet. If you sell, those currencies, then again, that'll be deducted from your digital wallet, showing that, just like a bank account, showing that, you had $100 a day, but you withdrew $100, and now your account is zero, your digital wallet will reflect the same way that an online bank account would. Again, that is on an exchange. GOPX tokens, when you purchase them, again, like right now, like an ICO, those ICO purchases will be transferred to an exchange, and your first digital wallet will have the number of tokens that you purchased. So now when it comes time to, you're able to sell March 1st, and your digital wallet, you have 10,000 tokens in your digital wallet, let's say on Coinbase, for an example. Now you can sit there, and buy more tokens because they're going to go up in value, or you can say, hey, you know what? I want to sell $50,000 worth of tokens, because I want to go make a purchase. So again, those purchases will just be a sell order, okay, on the exchange, where you'll take 50,000 of your tokens and exchange them, for USD currency, and then take that and then cash it out into your bank and into your bank account. So again, that's how the purchases, like for example, when you set up the exchange with your digital wallet, and again, it's just a matter of a buy and sell order for not only GOPX tokens, but for any cryptocurrency tokens. But when it comes to our tokens, March 1st, you'll be able to do additional purchases, but now you'll be able to sell and cash out your tokens on the exchange as well for USD. Our wallet versus a soft wallet. In our digital wallets, we talked about the exchange. They're considered a soft wallet, basically no software driven. They're digital wallets that you have to go on your mobile device or on your PC or laptop to access them through a URL into a website or through the exchange's website. A hard wallet is a physical device like a thumb drive that keeps that information on it, because again, software systems can be hacked or lost, and hard wallets really come into advantage if you lose lose access to your tablet or your PC or your phone where you're keeping your digital tokens at, or you're accessing the exchange. It is a way where you can use your hard drive, or or what we call the hard wallet, or the thumb drive, to restore and, like I said, and keep your tokens as well. So again, like I said, instead of keeping them in a what we call the digital wallets, the exchanges, and again, you keep it on your own personal hard wallet. And again, it's like a thumbnail, but again, like I said, you still have to protect it, and like you said, you still have to make sure that you know all the secret keys, because again, you don't want to use your hard wallet either. That's a great question, because this is key. Because we talked about how do we know that somebody will be there to buy our token with the revenue that we generate from all of the companies that consume it. Again, we go cashless tipping, online gaming, artist revenue, or our blockchain sports agencies, or our B2B governmental services. Payment, Fusion or crypto ecosystem payment systems, that these generate the consumption points. But also, we have every company is gaining revenue. For example, not only when we have our cashless tipping systems, those 5% transactions generate millions of dollars a day as well. And it's these millions of dollars that we generate from each of our Fusion ecosystem companies that we're not taking out of the ecosystem. Those revenues generated from all companies and all partnership revenue go back into the GOPX liquidity pool and the GOPX exchange. And again, this is key for our ability to have our own banking system, our own debit cards. And it is really key to the investor that when they look at the revenues that we come in with, again, we're not just talking about, our, Fusion and our, just our own token, but we're actually talking about revenue coming in from these companies, and millions of dollars are coming in revenue coming in today to that liquidity pool, ensuring that not only will there be some money to buy it, but there is a reservoir of millions and billions of dollars in that pool and growing. Again, like I said, this is huge. The liquidity pool from the revenue generated from the Fusion ecosystem will be a very, very great asset to not only the investors but to our D-Finance and our centralized bank and our D-Financing. Excuse me. Let's start over. That would be a boom for all of us as far as revenue for our DeFi lending. The vision for the GOPX token it is to really change the game in cryptocurrency that benefits, the investor. That we move away from investing and we move into what the blockchain was really created for. And that is to bring us together in shared value, to remove boundaries of a central authority, to free us from it's about me and my agenda and what's in it for me, and changing it to what's in it for us, to be able to bring us together in a way where we can share value and not worrying about financial things, okay? Where we can be free to really be the best that we can be. And because we have a solid financial, it is one of the pillars to health. And it's one of the pillars that we have to be able to grow. And the security that our families are taking care of, and provide that. It frees us up to be better people. It frees us up to, to think, things that we couldn't think possible, but also be able to pursue it. So that's really the vision for the GOPX token that I have and most of the advisors have. It is really to bring us together and to do good. And that is because your 400 investment becomes $1 million by a few things. One is the fact that the value is set in the smart contract. That $1 today will be $2,500 in June of 2023. Okay, those are a self-executed contract that will not change. So the value of $1 to $400, $1 to $2,500, that's set in the contract. But okay, what makes it possible? Okay, outside of the smart contract is the fact that your $400 investment becoming $1 million, and you're able to get and take out of your digital wallet, sell those $400 in tokens that are now $2,500 per token, is that our system, our Fusion Eco currency, will purchase those tokens at that price of $2,500 to 1. And depreciate the way that works is, think about how we created our token. We created our token to be our currency of our companies. That currency of our companies, which we created a new currency, which is the Fusion Eco currency, that is a stable token, allows us now to be able to integrate that same token into businesses and give it a value that cryptocurrencies of the day don't have. Removing the speculation and replacing the supply and demand and creating our own value. So what makes it possible? Other tokens have meteoric rises like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm up over 640,000. There's one token that's up over 1,000,000%. So a $2,500 growth in the tokens are not new. But what is not new, when the growth of a token that is above $2,500, what sustains it? And what sustains it in today's world is speculation. Not that it won't grow, not that it can have a meteoric rise like Bitcoin or today's Ethereum. or even Dogecoin, or some of the popular coins out there, but what is going to sustain it tomorrow? And what makes the GOPX token investment different is this sustainability through its Fusion ecosystem of companies that purchase millions and millions of tokens a day, along with a public that yearns for a stable token. They want to be able to take the gambling out of tokens. So which token would you rather buy? A Bitcoin or a GOPX token? What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose a token that you know that will be 5 times in 3 months? Or are you going to buy a token that you don't know what the price is going to be tomorrow? So again, this is what makes it possible. The blockchain, the cryptocurrencies of today, but our advancements in cryptocurrency, our ability to use a Fusion ecosystem currency, our ability to put together a Fusion ecosystem where that currency is used throughout all of our companies, okay, and replacing that dollar and that fiat and that centralized currency. So this is what makes it possible. And again, like I said, and there's many more things that will come as far as that will generate more and more income other than this. So again, what makes it possible, again, our Fusion ecosystem of companies that use it as a currency, our smart blockchain contract that sets the value that cannot be changed, and people that are becoming and moving away from crypto and this instability. Businesses being able to use the coin will now finally have a cryptocurrency that they can use, and again, and many more things to come. Thank you.